discuss about hollow right circular cylinder. According to definition, a right circular cylinder is a solid bounded by two coaxial cylinders of the same height and different radii is called a hollow cylinder. Here you see that coaxial cylinders. Think that these cylinders, which is coaxial to the outer cylinders, now let's draw the height. Height of the cylinder would be like from the top face to the bottom face. This is the height of this cylinder. Here see that this top face and this bottom face are perpendicular regarding this height. That means the angle between this height and that means the height is perpendicular to the surface. Here the height also perpendicular to top face. The distance from this point to the outer is the radius of outer cylinder, which we can define by capital R, and the distance from this point to the from this point to the edge of the hollow surface, that is also the radius of the hollow circular surface. That's why we can define it by small r. And this is the height of the hollow right circular cylinder. Now let's know about cross section. A cross section is a cut which is made through a solid perpendicular to its length. Here length means height. If you cut this cylinder by this way, then the cutting part would be perpendicular to its length, in another way its height. This is the definition of cross section. Now let's talk about the thickness of the cylinder. Thickness of the cylinder will be like this area. Which is covered with the material of the substance it is made. Therefore, we can say the thickness of the cylinder would be equal to R minus R units, capital R. That means the distance from R and this distance R. That's why the thickness would be like this area. Therefore, this area is R minus R. That's why the area of the cross section would be right, as this surface is a two-dimensional cycle. That's why the outer area of the surface would be pi capital R square, and the inner area, that is the whole and empty, would be the area would be the pi small r square. That's why the area of the cross section would be pi capital R square minus the surface of the hollow pi small r square. That's why we can write pi as common, r capital R square minus small r square. Now let's try to know about the curved surface area. That means curved surface area would be like here. See that there is two curved surface area which is around the hollow, and the another curved surface area is the outer curved surface area. That's why CS would be the area of external plus internal curved surface area. If you try to find out the outer curved surface area, then we will get the circumference of the outer circle is 2 pi capital R. If you multiply this circumference with h, then we will get the outer curved surface area. and the internal curved surface area would be, if we multiply the hollow surface area, that is circular, multiplied by h would be the internal surface area. That means 2 pi small r, that is the hollow top surface area, and if it is multiplied by h, then we will get the inner surface area. If you get 2 pi h as common, 2 pi h as common, then we will get 2 pi s multiplied by capital R plus small r. This is the curved surface area of a hollow right circular cylinder. Now let's try to find out the total surface area of a right circular hollow cylinder. The total surface area would be the surface area of the curvature that was already denoted above. It is 2 pi h multiplied by r, capital R plus small r. If you add this surface area with this curved surface area, then we will get the total surface area. Here you see that this curved surface area, which is top and bottom, this area is same. That's why we can write area of bases 2 multiplied by pi capital R square minus pi small r square. Therefore, we get 2 pi as common, and the result would be capital R into H plus R into H plus R square, capital R square minus small r square. Two and pi is common in two terms. That's how we can get 2 pi as common, and this is the remaining. Now let's try to find out the volume of the material. The volume of the material would be the volume of the outer volume of the cylinder minus the inner volume, that means the hollow volume of the cylinder. The outer volume of the cylinder would be pi capital R square multiplied by H minus the hollow volume, that means this area, this volume, that means this area multiplied by its height. This area is pi r square this is pi r square, and if you multiply this pi r square with h, then we will get the hollow volume. That's why we can write pi as common, pi and h as common, pi h multiplied by r square, capital R square minus small r square. The volume of, this is the volume of hollow space, and this is the volume of total cylinder. Thanks for watching the video.